Good evening, Jacob. Thanks for taking the time to talk a little bit about faith and how this current situation is impacting your professional life. I know that you work in a very difficult environment as a registered nurse in the Cleveland Clinic system, and I'm sure that plays a big deal in your life and the concern you have for your life and your family and all those around you. So tell us how faith is challenging you and how it's strengthening you.
All right, well, good evening, Greg. I can't say that it's stricken me as much as a given opportunity. I think what I see mostly is that people are very scared right now, and it's a great opportunity to kind of put people at ease. As far as my faith, we as Christians, I think this is kind of one of those things we've been waiting for. If we look on the bright side of it as a sign of the times. And so I guess I kind of want to flip the switch. And yes, it's terrible that people are dying. One of the hardest things that I've had to deal with is families being kept apart at some of those most dear and dreadful times of life when somebody has to pass on their own and people can't visit, and that makes it very, very difficult. And we work at being empathetic and just trying to comfort them as best we can. But on the bright side of things, it reminds me, I guess, of Amos, when he's prophesying and what God has told him to say is God is saying, I gave you pestilence, I gave you famine, I gave you all of these hard times. And that always struck me, and I'm thinking about it now, because if we look at this as a call from God to wake up and be the watchman that we're supposed to be, it's just an amazing opportunity. I look around at what people used to do on Sunday, and most acquaintances I have, their Sunday worship consists of tailgating and sports. Their worship during the week consists of, weekend partying at bars or getting together with family, which is great. I think about all the weddings that have been canceled, things like that, and that's put a huge hole in what people worship. And to look at it as God saying, look, I'm giving you this, one, so that you return to me, and two, so that we as Christians can use that as an opportunity. There's just been so much room to talk with patients and coworkers about what's going on and why. So.
And I should have said at the beginning of this is Jacob Titman from Cleveland. So, and Jacob you bring another piece of experience to us. This past summer at Macuno, which the camp for the teens, your focus was on fruit of the Spirit. Do you see that opportunity especially in the work that you do, where you can see the fruit of the Spirit opportunities that you have a chance to show your faith?
I've said this a lot of times, and with a little guilt, if there were any job that paid you to be a Christian, it would be this one. And so I struggle with days where I don't feel loving or kind, or where my faith gets rocked, really dealing with some of the harder patients that we have to deal with, which is more some psychiatric issues, family issues, violence issues, things like that. But I guess along that line, I mean, yeah, it every day, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control. Those are all things that we try to use in our profession and in private life. But do I feel that I have grown through this. I guess it's too early to tell.
Sure.
You know, Lord willing, I told you this earlier, I may be taking a contract to go to New York, and that may be where the rubber hits the road. We'll see.
Well, we'll continue to pray that whatever God's will be done. And we thank you for the example that you set forth, one of our young brothers that understand the responsibility we have to be faithful so that others can strengthen their faith as well. So thank you, Jacob, for taking the time to chat a little bit about your faith. And we wish you well, and may God continue to bless you in all ways.
Thank you. And God bless you, Brother Greg.
All right. Have a good evening.